Hey you guys, it's Sapphire Delight and come with me to Niagara Falls, New York for the first time. Once I arrived, I took an Uber to the Sheraton Niagara Falls Hotel, and here's a quick hotel room tour. I picked this hotel for my stay because it was only a 10-minute walk to the Niagara Falls State Park. But honestly, the main reason why I chose this hotel is because there were multiple on-site restaurants. There was a Starbucks that I frequently enjoyed every morning. I'm not a coffee drinker, but I love pastries, and their apple croissants, honey, were so good to me every morning, okay? There's also a Rainforest Cafe. The nachos are pretty tasty there, and there were also 2 other restaurants that I did not eat at, but I love staying at hotels with on-site restaurants where food is only a couple of steps away. So convenient. And if you do stay at this hotel, make sure you ask to stay on the Niagara Falls side. That way you can watch the fireworks show from the comfort of your room every night at 10 p.m. And this is the next day. I decided to take a stroll to Niagara Falls State Park to see the American Falls. And y'all, video does not do the falls justice at all. The falls are so breathtaking. I probably said wow over 100 times during this trip. Now, you see this boat right here? Yeah, I'm about to go ride that. So let's go, because I need to see the falls up close and personal. So this boat is called Maid of the Mist, and if you come to Niagara Falls, you have to ride the Maid of the Mist. It's a sightseeing boat tour that takes you right to the American Falls and the Horseshoe Falls, so you get up close to both falls. Now, I was a little nervous because I saw so many videos of people getting drenched on this boat, and I wasn't trying to get soaking wet. It was cold this day, and being wet and cold just don't go well together. They do give you raincoats, but this awesome guy right here was our tour guide. He gave us the best advice for those who don't want to get wet. So if you don't want to get wet on this boat ride, remember this: back, left, right, left, back. This means once you get on the boat, go to the back left of the boat, and this is because the left side of the boat gets less wet than the right side. When the boat gets closer to the American Falls, you're going to go to the right, snap some pictures, and take in the amazing view. Because the American Falls is smaller and a bit calmer than the Horseshoe Falls, you won't get too wet if you stay on the right side. But how beautiful is the American Falls? I was in awe. Once the boat goes near the Horseshoe Falls, you're going to go to the left so you don't get drenched, because the Horseshoe Falls is where everyone gets soaking wet. The fall is very powerful. It's windy and misty. It literally feels like you're in a hurricane, but honestly, it's so fun. Wow, so pretty. And as the boat is turning to dock, you're going to go back to the left and stay in the back so you can capture this amazing view. And there goes Canada. Fun fact, Canada gives out red raincoats on their boat tour, and the American side hands out blue raincoats. Thought I should just add that in there. And that concludes the Maid of the Mist. I would say the duration of this boat ride was about 20 minutes long, not too long, but very enjoyable. And I would give this excursion a 10 out of 10. I can't wait to do it again. After Maid of the Mist, we went to the Niagara Falls Observation Tower to view the falls from 282 feet in the air. The Observation Tower is the only place in Niagara State Park where you can view both falls at the same time. We got back on the bus and headed to Cave of the Winds. So if you don't know, Cave of the Winds is a tourist attraction that takes you up close and personal to one of the Niagara waterfalls. Once you enter, they take you to watch a short film about the history of Niagara Falls. Then we took an elevator 175 feet down, where we eventually ended up at the hurricane deck. And you can see why they call this hurricane deck for obvious reasons. They call this fall Bardo Falls because it resembles a bride's veil. This excursion was so much fun because you can feel the power of the falls. It's so powerful and yet calming at the same time. Now, this excursion you will get wet, especially below your poncho. Make sure you bring a change of shoes because your feet will get soaked. I didn't bring a change of shoes, so I had to walk around for the duration of the tour with wet sneakers. Not fun. Overall, I will give this excursion a 10 out of 10. Super fun and refreshing. And don't forget to take a couple of photos next to the rainbow. Next, we are headed to Canada. So if you want to visit Canada, you need to bring your passport because you will have to go through customs, but it's a fairly quick and easy process. They're just going to ask you a couple of questions and scan your passport. Once in Canada, our tour guide took us to grab some food at a Canadian restaurant. Then we got back on the bus and he took us around to see some really cool attractions in Canada.
But I just want to point this out to you real quick. When the water is flowing at its full capacity, where those people are standing over there on the left, on the US side, that used to be covered with water. That all used to be part of the Horseshoe Falls. But when they backed off on the water, they started redirecting it to Sir Adams Beck Stations 1 and
And that concludes my Niagara Falls vlog. Thank you so much for watching and let me know, have you visited Niagara Falls? Take care.